We light this chalice as a reminder of the sacred space that we share this morning. The Persistent Flame by Amy Brooks. Even as the days grow shorter and our homes shrink smaller and our wicks burn lower and our will to endure flickers, we light this chalice to kindle a flame of warmth as a reminder of the connection that draws us in to a community, that opens us up in gratitude for the breath in our lungs and the love in our hearts, for the gift of this day alive.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Meeting House of Provincetown, where we affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, and we encourage each other in our spiritual search for truth and meaning. My name's Ellen, and this morning the worship committee would like to offer some warmth, some hope, and the joy of community. Reverend Kate Wilkinson will be back with us next week. Please join me in repeating the covenant. Love is the spirit of this meeting house. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Spirit of life, come unto me, sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free, Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. And I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more peace somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere. is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There's more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere.
The Light That Shines in the Darkness, a poem about hope. There's a light that shines in the darkness. There's a destiny waiting at the end of the road. There's meaning in the middle of this emptiness. There's a reason you've been asked to carry this heavy load. Lessons are taught when we reach out farther than we thought we'd ever dare. Faith abounds when we confront our deepest doubts, enduring more than we dreamed we ever dare. There's a dawn waiting at the edge of every midnight. There's a seed planted with every fallen leaf. With every wrong, there's a chance to make a right. With every hour of suffering, there's an eternity of relief.
No storm can shake my inmost heart, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love prevails in heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing?
Back in May, the New York Times compiled a story. They asked people living alone how they were dealing with the being alone in the time of quarantine. Can we watch a different show now? 2 minutes into my FaceTime call with my 3-year-old niece, Lila, she asked my sister, "Can we watch a different show now?" I was the show, and I was boring her. When Lila and I FaceTime without my sister, she sometimes announces that she's going to another room. Even though she promises to come back soon, I feel a rush of panic, as if I physically live inside the phone. With no legs to follow her, I'm trapped wherever she leaves me. Once she left me inside a plastic pumpkin. "No!" I shouted as my field of vision was narrowed by orange walls. "Wait!" I wonder if Lila is starting to conflate the human version of me with the pixelated one. The last time I saw her in real life was 4 months ago, i.e., 750 years in toddler time. I wonder if I, too, am beginning to conflate the human version of me with the pixelated one. How long can people go without in-person human contact before they begin to question the reality of their own existence? My new menial pleasure. Last fall, a friend asked me, "What would you do if you had all the time and money in the world?" "I think I'd chop onions," I said. I had hated onions until recently, when I had finally learned how to chop them into satisfying cubes and cook the pieces down into delicious nothings in the pan. It became my new menial pleasure. I loved the rhythmic sounds my knife made against the chopping board as I hacked through the layers and felt the structure give way. I cut with love, and my cooking improved. Now, onions are a staple of my grocery runs. I like to have a few reds and a bag of yellows on hand in case of minor emergencies. When the university where I teach and study moved online, I sliced the reds for use in a salad. When I discovered I had filled out the foster dog form incorrectly, I diced 2 and 6 potatoes for a Spanish tortilla. Because my apartment is a studio, the stink of onions has permeated my living area. The only onion-free area is the bathroom, which happens to be disproportionately large and well lit, so I'm spending an increasing amount of time in there. It's true that chopping raw onions can induce tears, which I view as a benefit. Crying over cut onions is the best kind of crying I do these days. Their skins are the only ones that have touched mine in weeks.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Ryan Cook, and I would like to thank you and welcome you one more time to the online virtual service of the Unitarian Universalist Meeting House of Provincetown. I hope that everyone had a very healthy, happy, and safe Thanksgiving this past Thursday. And before we begin this morning, I have one announcement. In January and February, the worship committee of the UU Meeting House will be running our Winter Spirituality series, this time virtually. All are welcome to join us on our free Zoom offerings, and you do not need to be a member to participate. Offering will include a course of mindfulness, a yoga series, a cooking class, and more. This is an opportunity to remain connected while we are apart, and also to feed our spirits through the dark months of winter. Please keep your eyes on the Meeting House website for more details. It is very exciting to see that even in these times, we will have something familiar to look forward to in the coming months. Because 2020 has been a big old lemon. Not one of those pretty ones you see at Stop and Shop ready to be plucked and ready for dinner. No, I'm talking about one of those brown, old, desiccated little balls of hardness in the back of the refrigerator that have been sitting there for 2 years and you forgot all about it. Yeah, one of those. Best to be thrown away. But don't throw it away just yet. Because the thing about lemons is they are only one part of the life cycle of a lemon tree. With some ingenuity, we can take that unhappy, hard, dried up lemon and make something out of it. With the coming season and the year of the lemon, we are all faced with making the best out of what we have and maintaining a hopeful attitude to bring us through the next few months. Like Justin Farley says, there is a destiny waiting at the end of the road. There is always a light that shines in the darkness. That light is hope. The hope is that if we took the seeds from that lemon and cared and nurtured and fed that one little seed, its destiny would be to grow and to thrive into a new tree with a fresh future to bear new fruit. In order to see that seed grow into a healthy new tree, it needs attention, love, warmth, and affection. Let us as a community share in that attention and tend to that nurturing together. We have grown as individuals and a community this year. We have had to use some ingenuity to master new ways of doing things. We have had a drive-by water communion service. We held drive-by birthday parades. And for many of us, like Lila and her aunt, we have had to conquer the online universe. Zoom, the cloud, Meetup. The worship committee, how do we get video clips from one person to another virtually? With a new season comes more obstacles and new questions. Days are shorter. Temperatures are colder. How do I navigate this winter? Reaching out to everybody and discovering what others are doing. Learn from each other. Listen to different ideas. Like Julie embracing her onions in her studio apartment, we have no idea what will nurture us, what will comfort us until they come. Learning teaches us new things and new ways of thinking of the future of a new year, a new spring, and new growth. I pray for a year much better than this old, rotten, dried up lemon. Please let us give a little more love and care to creating a more nurturing environment to each other, especially this season. Because we all need it. Maybe so.